Have you ever wondered whether you're truly attractive? Not just in terms of looks, but in the way people respond to you, the way they gravitate toward you, and how they treat you differently, sometimes without you even realizing it. Attraction is not just about appearance. In fact, some of the most attractive people don't fit society's conventional beauty standards. Here's something most people don't understand. Attractiveness isn't about luck, it's about behavior. It's about the way you carry yourself, the signals you give off, and how you make others feel when they're around you. The truth is, highly attractive people don't even realize how appealing they are because they're not trying to impress anyone. So how do you know if you're one of them? If you have these 10 powerful signs, chances are you're far more attractive than you think. And fair warning, some of these will challenge what you believe about attractiveness. But by the end of this video, you'll have a completely new perspective on why people are drawn to you and how you can amplify your natural appeal even further. Are you ready? Number 1, you don't run after anyone. Have you ever noticed that the most attractive people never seem to be chasing anyone? They don't desperately seek attention, they don't beg for love, and they certainly don't lower their standards just to be liked. Instead, people chase them. Why? Because desperation is unattractive. The moment you put someone on a pedestal, you subconsciously tell them that they are more valuable than you. And once that happens, the balance of power shifts. You become the pursuer, and they become the prize. But highly attractive people don't play that game. They don't need to. Think about it. When was the last time you saw a confident, high-value person desperately trying to win someone over? You haven't. Because people who truly know their worth understand that attention and admiration should come naturally, not through excessive effort. They know that when you chase too hard, it makes others question your value. Attractive people operate differently. They focus on their own life, their goals, and their ambitions. They have things going on, careers, passions, social circles, that keep them too busy to obsess over someone else's validation. And because they're not running after anyone, they naturally become the ones people want to pursue. Here's the reality. When you stop chasing, you shift the dynamic. You send a powerful message that says, I am enough on my own. I don't need to convince anyone to be with me. And that kind of energy? It's magnetic. If you've ever noticed that people seem to be drawn to you even when you're not making an effort, chances are you already have this trait. But if you've been the type to always chase, always overcompensate, it's time to step back. The more you focus on building your own life, the more attractive you become, without even trying. Number 2, you don't waste time on gossip or small talk. Have you ever been around someone who always seems to have something meaningful to say? Someone who doesn't waste time on pointless conversations, but instead engages in discussions that actually matter? That's because highly attractive people understand one crucial thing: time is valuable. Most people fill their conversations with gossip, meaningless chatter, or discussions that lead nowhere. They talk about other people's lives instead of building their own. But attractive individuals, they don't engage in that. They don't waste their energy on trivial things because they know that every conversation is an opportunity to learn, to grow, to connect on a deeper level. Here's the thing. Small talk and gossip might make you blend in, but it will never make you stand out. The more time you spend discussing things that add no real value, the less people respect your presence. Think about it. Who do you admire more? The person who always talks about the latest drama and who's dating who? Or the person who brings thought-provoking insights, shares ideas, and leaves you feeling inspired after every conversation? Attractive people operate on a different wavelength. They value depth over shallowness. They engage in discussions about ambitions, experiences, perspectives on life. And that makes them irresistibly captivating, because when you speak with substance, people naturally gravitate toward you. Now, this doesn't mean you have to be serious all the time. It's okay to joke, laugh, and enjoy casual conversation. But the key is balance. If the majority of your interactions revolve around negativity, mindless chatter, or tearing others down, you're lowering your own value without even realizing it. So, take a step back and observe. Are you engaging in conversations that uplift you? Or are you just filling silence with words that mean nothing? If you're someone who naturally avoids gossip and seeks meaningful discussions, congratulations. That's a major sign that you're far more attractive than you think. Number 3, you are brutally honest. Let's be real, most people are afraid of honesty. They would rather hear comforting lies than uncomfortable truths. But you don't sugarcoat things. You say what needs to be said, even if it makes people uncomfortable. And that, my friend, is a trait that separates you from the crowd. Attractive people don't engage in fake compliments or meaningless flattery. They don't pretend to like something just to fit in. Instead, they operate with a level of raw authenticity that most people find both intimidating and deeply refreshing. Because here's the truth. Honesty is rare, and rare things are valuable. But here's where it gets tricky. Being brutally honest doesn't mean being rude or insensitive. It means you tell the truth with confidence, not cruelty. It means you have the courage to call things as they are, even when it's inconvenient. And because of that, people either admire you or fear you. There's no in between. Think about it. When someone is known for always speaking the truth, you naturally respect their words more. Because when they say something positive, you know they actually mean it. There's no guessing game, no fake smiles, no unnecessary flattery, just pure, unfiltered truth. But make no mistake, being brutally honest comes with a cost. Some people will hate you for it. They'll call you arrogant, cold, or too harsh. Why? Because your honesty forces them to face realities they'd rather ignore. And that's something most people aren't ready for. But here's the secret. Those who are truly confident, truly secure, and truly high value will respect you for it. They'll gravitate toward you because they know that with you, what they see is what they get. No hidden agendas, no mind games, just raw, undeniable authenticity. If you've ever been told you're too blunt or you don't filter your words, take it as a compliment, because in a world where everyone is playing it safe, your honesty makes you stand out. Number 4, you know how to manage your emotions. Most people let their emotions control them. They react impulsively, lash out when things don't go their way, or crumble under pressure. But you're different. You have emotional control, and that makes you powerful. Here's why this is a game changer. Emotional stability is rare. The ability to stay calm, collected, and in control, especially in difficult situations, sets you apart from the majority. Attractive people don't allow external circumstances or other people's actions to dictate their mood. Instead, they remain centered, composed, and unshaken. Think about it. Have you ever seen a truly confident, high-value person losing their temper over something small? No, because they know that reacting emotionally gives away their power. It makes them appear weak and easily influenced. But those who master their emotions, they come across as strong, confident, and in control. And that's magnetic. This doesn't mean you suppress your feelings. It means you understand them. You acknowledge your emotions, but you don't let them dictate your actions. You know when to step back, process a situation, and respond strategically rather than react impulsively. For example, when someone tries to provoke you, instead of snapping back, you remain composed. You let them expose their own insecurities while you maintain your poise. When a relationship ends, instead of begging for a second chance, you walk away with self-respect. That level of self-mastery makes people wonder, how is this person so unshaken? And that curiosity, that intrigue, it's what makes you so damn attractive. People are drawn to those who bring stability. No one wants to be around someone who's emotionally volatile, unpredictable, or overly sensitive. But when you're the kind of person who remains calm under pressure, who doesn't let drama affect them, and who always seems to be in control of their own emotions, people can't help but be drawn to you. If you've ever been told, "I feel safe around you," or "you're so composed even when things go wrong," that's a major sign that your emotional intelligence makes you highly attractive. Number 5, you have established priorities. Attractive people don't live their lives trying to please everyone. They have clear priorities, and they don't bend their values just to fit in or make someone else happy. They know exactly what they want, what matters to them, and what they will and will not tolerate. Here's the harsh truth. Most people lack direction. They drift through life, constantly changing their opinions, their goals, and even their personality just to be accepted. But when someone has strong priorities and unwavering standards, it makes them stand out. People admire those who know where they're going and refuse to be distracted by things that don't serve them. Think about it. When you meet someone who has a mission, a purpose, and a clear set of values, doesn't that make them more intriguing? It gives them a sense of depth and conviction, something that's incredibly attractive. They don't waste time on meaningless pursuits. They don't settle for things that don't align with their vision. And because of that, they command a different level of respect. Now let's make this clear. This isn't about being stubborn or unwilling to grow. It's about having self-respect. It's about knowing that your time, energy, and focus are valuable, and you won't let just anyone or anything pull you off course. For example, if you're focused on building a successful career, you won't let a relationship with the wrong person distract you. If you prioritize your mental and physical health, you won't engage in toxic habits just because everyone else is doing it. And if you value personal growth, you won't waste time in conversations that drain your energy or lead nowhere. This mindset creates a natural filter. It repels those who don't respect your priorities and attracts those who align with them. People quickly realize that you are not someone they can manipulate or convince to lower your standards, and that's exactly why you stand out. Have you ever been told you're so focused or you don't let anything distract you? That's a sign that your priorities give you an undeniable presence. Number 6, you are independent. Have you ever noticed that the most attractive people never seem needy? They don't rely on others for validation, happiness, or success. Instead, they create their own path, make their own decisions, and stand firmly on their own 2 feet. That level of independence is magnetic. Most people depend on external factors, a relationship, their social circle, even their job, to define their worth. But attractive individuals, they don't wait for someone else to complete them. They are already whole. And because of that, people naturally want to be around them. Why? Because independence signals strength. It shows that you are capable, self-sufficient, and in control of your own life. You don't need to be constantly reassured or taken care of, and that makes you stand out. Think about it. Would you rather be with someone who constantly seeks approval and relies on others for every little thing? Or someone who has their own goals, their own ambitions, and their own sense of direction? The second person is far more attractive, simply because they bring stability instead of seeking it. Here's the key difference. Dependent people need others to feel secure, successful, or loved. Independent people already have that within themselves, and because of that, they naturally attract others. This doesn't mean you have to do everything alone. Independence isn't about rejecting support. It's about choosing when and how to accept it. You're not afraid to stand alone, but you also recognize the value of meaningful connections. The difference? You're not desperate for them. And that's what makes people want you even more. Because when you don't need anyone, it makes others feel like earning a place in your life is a privilege, not a given. If you've ever been told you seem like you have everything under control, or you don't need anyone to take care of you, that's a major sign that your independence makes you incredibly attractive. Number 7, you are not desperate for attention. Most people crave attention. They do things just to be noticed, posting on social media for validation, constantly seeking approval, or even exaggerating their stories to impress others. But you don't chase attention. It naturally gravitates toward you, and that's what makes you truly attractive. Here's the reality. The more you seek attention, the less attractive you appear. People can sense desperation. When someone is trying too hard to be liked, to be seen, or to be the center of every conversation, it actually repels others instead of drawing them in. Why? Because it signals insecurity. It shows that the person doesn't feel like they are enough on their own, so they need constant reassurance from the outside world. Attractive individuals don't operate that way. They don't need to prove anything. They know their value, and because of that, they don't feel the urge to show off or beg for validation. Instead, they let their actions, their confidence, and their presence speak for itself. And as a result, people naturally notice them. Think about it. Who are the people that command the most respect and admiration? It's not the loudest ones in the room. It's the ones who don't try too hard, who remain cool, composed, and self-assured, even when no one is watching. They have an energy that draws people in without forcing it. Here's the key. Desperate people seek validation. Attractive people already validate themselves. When you walk into a room, you don't need to make a big scene to be noticed. Your quiet confidence does all the work. You don't overshare on social media, you don't try to impress everyone you meet, and you don't change who you are just to be liked. And ironically, that's exactly why people are so drawn to you. Because mystery is attractive. When you don't put all of your thoughts, emotions, and achievements on display, it makes others curious. They want to know more about you. They want to be part of your world. And that's the kind of attraction that lasts. If you've ever been told, "There's just something about you, but I can't figure out what it is," congratulations. That's a major sign that your natural energy pulls people in. Number 8. Intelligence makes you more attractive. Most people assume that attractiveness is all about looks. But the truth? Intelligence is one of the most powerful and underrated forms of attraction. Think about the most captivating people you've met. Were they just physically attractive? Or was there something deeper? The way they spoke, the way they thought, the way they could hold a conversation that left you wanting more. That's the power of intelligence. It's what separates momentary attraction from long-term intrigue. Because while looks may catch someone's eye, intelligence is what keeps them coming back. Attractive individuals don't just rely on their appearance. They cultivate a sharp mind, a unique perspective, and a depth of understanding that makes them stand out. They know how to engage in meaningful conversations, challenge ideas, and add value to any discussion. But here's where it gets interesting. Intelligence isn't just about knowing a lot of facts. It's about how you think, your ability to analyze, to reason, to see things from different angles, how you communicate, your ability to express ideas clearly, concisely, and persuasively, how you listen, your ability to truly understand and engage with what others are saying. And this is why intelligence is so powerful. It makes people want to be around you. It makes them feel stimulated, inspired, and challenged in the best way possible. Now let's be clear. This isn't about trying to sound smart by using big words or showing off your knowledge. In fact, that often has the opposite effect. True intelligence is about being able to communicate complex ideas in a simple, relatable way. If you can hold a conversation that's both insightful and engaging, if you can make people think, make them laugh, and make them feel understood, you have a level of attractiveness that goes far beyond looks. And here's the best part. Intelligence is something you can actively develop. You don't have to be born with it. You can read more, expose yourself to different ideas, philosophies, and perspectives. Ask better questions. Instead of just talking, be genuinely curious about other people's thoughts and experiences. Challenge your own beliefs. The most attractive people are not just knowledgeable, they are open-minded and adaptable. If you've ever been told, "I love talking to you," or "you always make me think differently about things," that's a major sign that your intelligence is one of your most attractive qualities. Number 9. You are brilliant in communication. Attraction isn't just about what you look like. It's about how you make people feel. And the way you communicate is a huge part of that. Highly attractive people don't just talk. They engage, connect, and leave a lasting impression with their words. They know how to express their thoughts clearly, confidently, and with purpose, making every conversation feel meaningful. But here's the thing. Being a great communicator isn't about using big words or sounding overly intellectual. In fact, trying too hard to impress often backfires. True communication is about clarity, confidence, and emotional intelligence. Attractive individuals know how to make people feel heard, understood, and valued, and that is what draws others to them. Think about the most charismatic people you know. They don't just speak, they make eye contact, they use body language effectively, and they know when to listen. They don't just wait for their turn to talk. They actually engage with what the other person is saying. They ask the right questions, they tell stories that captivate, and they have a natural ability to make conversations flow effortlessly. But here's where it gets even more powerful. Great communicators also know the value of silence. They don't feel the need to fill every gap in a conversation with unnecessary words. They understand that pauses create impact, and that sometimes saying less makes people pay attention even more. And let's not forget the most attractive trait of all, the ability to listen deeply. Most people are just waiting for their turn to talk, but attractive individuals, they listen with intention. They make others feel like their words matter. And because of that, people are naturally drawn to them. If you've ever been told, "I love talking to you," or "you have a way of making people feel comfortable," that's a sign that your ability to communicate makes you incredibly attractive. People remember how you make them feel. And if you make them feel heard, respected, and engaged, they will always want to be around you. Number 10. You love yourself and accept who you are. At the core of true attractiveness lies one simple but powerful truth. Self-love and self-acceptance are magnetic. People are naturally drawn to those who are comfortable in their own skin, who don't seek validation, and who fully embrace who they are. When you genuinely love yourself, it changes the way you carry yourself, the way you interact with others, and ultimately, the way the world sees you. Most people spend their lives trying to fit into society's expectations, trying to look a certain way, act a certain way, or live up to standards that aren't even their own. But attractive individuals, they don't waste time worrying about what others think. They accept their flaws, embrace their strengths, and live life on their own terms. And that confidence, it's contagious. The reality is, the world will always have an opinion. You'll always be too much of something for someone. Too quiet, too loud, too thin, too thick, too ambitious, too laid back. But when you stop chasing approval and start validating yourself, something amazing happens. You become untouchable. No one can make you feel unworthy because you already know your worth. This level of self-acceptance creates an undeniable aura. People can sense when someone is truly secure within themselves, and it makes them naturally attractive. You don't have to be the best-looking person in the room, but if you walk in with unshakable confidence and self-assurance, you will turn heads. Because at the end of the day, attractiveness is not about perfection. It's about authenticity. Think about it. Have you ever met someone who wasn't conventionally attractive but still had an undeniable presence? Someone who just owned who they were and didn't try to change themselves for anyone? That's the power of self-love. It creates an energy that pulls people in, makes them feel at ease, and makes them want to be around you. So, if you've ever been told there's something about you that's just different, or you have a confidence that's hard to ignore, that's a sign that your self-acceptance makes you incredibly attractive. And here's the best part. This is something completely within your control. You don't need to change who you are to be more attractive. You just need to embrace yourself fully. And when you do, people will notice. Final thoughts. You're more attractive than you think. Attraction has never been just about looks. It's about presence, confidence, and the way you make others feel when they're around you. If you've ever wondered whether you're truly attractive, chances are you already are, in ways you may not even realize. Because the most captivating people aren't those constantly seeking validation or chasing attention. They don't try to impress. They simply are impressive by the way they carry themselves. They move with certainty, speak with intention, and never feel the need to prove their worth, because they already know it. The truth is, real attractiveness isn't something you force. It's something that happens naturally when you become comfortable in your own skin. When you stop trying to fit into someone else's standards and start embracing who you are, you become magnetic without even trying. People notice, they respect you. They are drawn to your energy, not because you demand it, but because you own it. So, if you recognize even a few of these signs in yourself, take it as proof you're more attractive than you think. And if you don't, the good news is every one of these traits can be developed. Because attraction isn't about being born a certain way, it's about how you choose to show up in the world. Now let me ask you, how many of these signs do you see in yourself? Drop a yes in the comments if you resonate with this, or share which one stood out to you the most. And if you found this valuable, smash that like button, share this with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe for more content just like this. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.